welcome to my organized life, where I'm trying to get my life organized. So in today's video, we're going to be going through and closing my January paycheck number 2. I can't believe we are already through a paycheck, the second paycheck of the year already. That is crazy to me. This month has just flown by really fast, and I literally don't know where it went. So this is the binder that I keep my budget by paycheck workbook by the Budget Mom in. I bought the PDF copy, that way I could kind of make it my own, put my own flair on it. So I do have some other online resources and stuff that I've just kind of found around. So let's flip to second paycheck in January. So that's this one here. So this is the one that we are going to be closing. Right now it is the 28th, so it's the very last day. I don't think I'm going to spend anything else today, so I'm going to go through and close it. And this is my forecast for my next paycheck, and I am in the red by almost $600, so I'm really hoping that we have a decent rollover from last time. We usually do. I've been trying to be very careful with what I've spent, but we'll see. So I like to close my paychecks in this little bullet journal, and I basically just kind of took the layout from the Where Did My Money Go? And I kind of just minimized it to fit in here and fit my own needs. So these were December's paychecks closed, and then we already closed paycheck 1 for January, and we are going to close paycheck 2. So I like to go through and see how much I spent in each category. It just kind of helps. Then I can take the numbers from here when it's time to do this. So the first thing that we are going to do is we're going to flip to my trackers. So right here, this little squiggly line is where paycheck 2 started. So I'm going to go through and find all of the expenses here and list them down, and we will speed through that.
Where are you going? Going so fast tonight. Have you ever stopped beside the road to smell the rose of life? Take a breath now. Don't hold it in too long, 'cause you might end up missing out on life's short little song. She's saying, ooh, you've got one life to live. She's singing, ooh, you've got one life to live, don't let it go. Ooh, you've got one life to live. She's singing, ooh, you've got one life to live, don't let it go.
Alright, so there is the amount we've spent. So I'm going to go transfer some of these over here, the ones where I mostly spend cash, but you never know. Sometimes places aren't accepting cash, so sometimes I might have to use my card or something. So I'd like to have the option to put anything into my other accounts if I did purchase anything with them, but bills generally came out of all of them this time. And looking at this, last time we forgot about the cushions, so actually got to remember those. This will be different. Alright, let's go back to, because I technically don't take it off of here. I probably should, but then I also count it in my rollover, so I shouldn't. I don't know. Okay, let me just just check and see how much I've got in my account, and then we can figure out where it's going, or meant for at least. Okay, so looking at this, we did $30 cushions for each. So I technically should count that money as spent when closing my paycheck. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and add those. So that would just make this $239. And this would make this $40.95. Everything else, I don't think I would have to worry about. Let's see here. Let's go to my tracker here for my bills. I did end up making an extra payment on my MasterCard just because the lady at Walmart didn't understand me. I like to use my Walmart MasterCard to pay for my groceries because then I can get Walmart rewards from my MasterCard, and I can use those rewards to save money around Christmas time. So it's beneficial. I wanted to do a payment on my card for the exact amount that my groceries were, but she took the $200 and did a payment for the $200, even though I only spent like $118 and change for groceries. So then I ended up just making a miscellaneous purchase with that and then using the rest as just an extra payment to my card. So that is what I ended up doing there. See, though, these are all bills. These are generally not coming out of my card. These ones are, though, so I should have half the benefits, which would be $142, and then I should also have my just in case, which was $176.62. So that equals $318 minus, we've got $348.62. Okay, and that would be our $30 cushion. Okay, so I'm not going to count the half the benefits. Well, actually, maybe I should because I put that down as bills, didn't I? So I'm not quite sure how to do this. See, my trouble with this is technically I should count that money as spent because otherwise it affects my budgeted amounts, right? Because I budgeted this much for bills, but then only spent this much because some of it just stayed in the account, right? But then if I class that money as spent, it also affects my rollover. So I don't quite understand how that works or what to do in those instances. I mean, this, I guess, technically is just to see where I was at with my budget. So, okay. For the sake of this, let's just go by budget. So I'm going to count that money as spent, I think. I think it makes the most sense to do it that way. So for this one, we've got our $239.95. Oops. Okay, we're going to add the $142 that we saved for land tax. We're also going to add, actually, we're just going to add that. So it'll be $381.95. Hopefully this works out. I'm not sure, to be honest. So $381.95. And then I'm also going to count my just in case for my paycheck, which is in my basic account. So I think that would be here. So I'm going to count that here. So that was $176.62. So we'll add that to our $377 that we took out for our cash sinking funds. And that it comes up to $758.95. This carries on over here. And then let's see what our bills come up to. So we've got the $34.52 plus $381.95 plus, oh well. Don't mind me, I'm bleeding. The puppy accidentally bit me. Okay, plus $40.95. So that's $457.42. Hopefully this is right. I don't really know. Seems like high numbers, but I guess we did have almost $2,000 this month to play around with, so that will change it. So I'm gonna go through and add up all of these numbers.
Can you let go of it all tonight? Or will you decide to push on through and ignore the words inside? Take a breath now, don't hold it in too long, 'cause you'll find you're missing out a last short little song. Just saying.
Okay, so, and if I added everything up, right, and accounted for everything, then all of these should equal this as well. So let's check.
You've got one life to live. She's singing, ooh. You've got one life to live. Don't let it go. Ooh. You've got one life to live. She's singing, ooh. You've got one life to live. Don't let it go. Don't let it go. Got one life to live. You've got one life to live. Don't let it go.
Okay, had to fix a couple things, but we finally got it to match. Thank goodness. So now, take these numbers and transfer them over to here. But I'm just going to grab some information from my budget book first, and then we can get that out of the way. So the starting balance would have been our rollover, which was, did have that the right way, which was $522.54. Our incoming income, we had $969.98 from Sev, plus $320 from my second job. So our incoming income was $1,289.98. If we add those together, should get $18,1252. Perfect. Okay, and then we'll go through and grab our budgeted, and then we can do everything else from here. So for groceries, we budgeted $401. For food, we budgeted $65. Cab and lunch, we both budgeted $70 for those. Sinking funds, so it'd be all of these. So here we've got $242. So $242 plus $75 for taxes plus our $176.62 for our just in case. So that comes to $493.62. Okay, for pet we budgeted $120. Technically 60 of that was a sinking fund, so we might have to change those. I did that weird, and I realized I should have put that as a sinking fund instead of as an envelope. Okay, for beauty, we budgeted 70. Miscellaneous, we budgeted 100. And then for bills, so all of these are bills, so it was $372.90 plus $50 for the Walmart MasterCard equals $422.90. And just before we start going through this, just to make sure everything's right, if we add all of this up, it should equal our total income. So let's see. So 18, 12, 52. So that adds up. Since we zero-based budget, our amounts for our budget should always equal our total income. Okay, so now we can take our spent from here and put it in here. So for groceries, we spent $179.71. Food, it was $61.50. Cabs, $41.42. So the difference between food and lunch money is the money that I spend at work on lunch. I should really bring lunch and save money, but I never do. And then food is basically like takeout or like stuff that, you know, it's a family thing, whereas lunch money is just my own. So sinking funds, we spent $553.62. I bet that's going to be off by 60, which would be the $60 that I put from pet into here. So pet, we didn't spend anything technically. Nails, we spent $56.70. Miscellaneous went over a little bit by $3.42. And then bills, spent $457.42. And if I'm right, that should be off by like $34 and change. So let's go through and figure out our differences. So 401 minus 179.71. So that is a difference of $221.29. I just did a small grocery shop where I just went myself, and that makes a huge difference when Rain is my fiance, when him and I shop together, then it usually ends up being a little bit more because I usually pay for his stuff too. But I basically just grabbed stuff that I thought we need and then a bunch of just freezer meals because I don't have time to cook supper these days. So we just freezer meal it, and it's cheaper than eating out. It'd still be better if I did cook, but we'll get there. We'll work on that. So 65 minus 61.50. So we were good there by $3.50. 70 minus 41. We were good there by 29. And good here by 28. So 493.62. So yeah, this is off by exactly $60. So what I'm going to do, I might change this. I'm gonna take the 493.62 and I'm gonna make this 553.62, and then I'm gonna take my pet and I'm gonna drop that down to 60 because that's what I should have done to begin with. So that's off by none, and then we've got a difference of 60 for pet. I'll remember that for next time. This is the first month doing that, so kind of did it the wrong way, I think, but it's a learning process. You can't learn from your mistakes unless you make the mistakes first, right? So I saved $13.30 with my nails. It helps that I was only getting a fill, so, and then we'll be off by $3.42 here. And if I'm right, this should be like a $34 difference. Yeah. Okay, we'll add these up. So $14.95.37 should equal what we had here, so that's right. So we are going to subtract that from here. So we're just going to go minus 1812.52. So this is actually positive. And I'm going to do that in a different color like I did up here. So $317.15 would technically be our rollover. I had my rollover here as $482, but I know that wasn't right. So this was from January Paycheck 1. And then I think I just adjusted my rollover. Okay, so that makes sense, I think. We're gonna go through and see what the percentage is, and then I'm gonna go through and see what the actual rollover is.
You told me not to worry. You said that we could pick up where we left off, but all that I could think of are your eyes so blue, your hair so soft. To know that if I keep living in the past, I'll never really make it back. I'll never get to hold you how I meant to.
Okay, so now let's see how much of our paycheck we spent. So we're gonna go 14.9537 divided by our total income, which was 1812.52. So we only spent 82% of our income. Oh, 83 if we're rounding up. Should let that dry for a sec before trying to erase it, but that's okay. So 83%. Okay, so let's see what our actual rollover is. Okay, so we got the accounts. So basic has 348.62. Plus has 194.10. These are going to be different though because we're going to subtract the other stuff. So we're going to leave quite a bit of room there, and then we're going to go cash, change, and total. We'll keep it simple like that. Let's figure out these ones first though. Okay, so I'm going to add these together just to make it more easy. So 348.62 plus 194.10. Okay, so we are going to subtract the $60 that are the combined cushions between the two accounts. And then I think the only other thing that we need to, we need to subtract this because that's still in there, but we counted it as spent. And then we also need to subtract our just in case. So it's 176.62. So that is technically what we have left in the account. So we're just going to write this here and circle it so we know.
I'm saying hey, hey, hey. Won't you let me sing a song about never letting go? I'm saying hey, 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 hey. Won't you let me?
Alright, so we got 20, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75. So 75. Let's see what we got for change. So in our cab money, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So plus 5. So 1, 2, 3. So plus 3. So we got 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 $1 plus 1 plus 0.05. So we've got $18.05 in change. Let's add those together. So we got $18.05 plus 75 plus $164.10. So that equals $257.15. That is quite a big difference though. So if we go minus the $317.15, so we're $60 off. Why? It's a pretty exact number. Oh. Totally forgot about these two envelopes. I made one for beauty, which I don't have any money in currently. And then I also have this one for pet. I don't carry them around with me. I grab them if I need to go and grab cat food. So there would be the other 60. So this is actually 135. Which will change this. We'll add the 164.10 plus the 1805. So our total is 317.15, which is exactly where it should be. So that is awesome. So difference is 0. That's great to be able to do that. And that is an awesome rollover, especially considering there's technically more than that. So this is the rollover minus the stuff that I budgeted for to save. So the actual rollover would be, so 348, oops. Okay, if I'm right, the actual rollover should be $695.77. And I believe that is more than what we needed to be okay for this next week. I feel like I'm always playing catch up with my weeks though, so I think eventually it's gonna tip. So I'm gonna have to figure out what to do before then, but for now it seems to be okay. So, see, I needed $571.98 to completely zero out what I wanted here. So we've definitely got that. So if we minus the $571.98, we've got $123 more than we need for here. That's great. That is awesome. Alright, there we go. So that is everything done. That is paycheck number 2 for January closed. I'm super excited to work out this budget tomorrow when I get my actual numbers. So if you're not already and you want to see that video, feel free to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified when that video goes up. That is everything for this one though. I hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, if you liked this video, could you please give it a thumbs up, and hopefully I will see you next time. Alright guys, as always, take care. Bye!